Hey guys, Peter from Hookahgram.
How are you guys? This is Tasha from Hookahgram. We have a guest today.
What's up? My name is Peter, aka For the Smoke. Great to be here, man.
Thank you for being here today. We have a very interesting and well-asked episode. Bowls. That's all we're going to talk about today. There's no hookahs on the table, but there's one there. So we're going to strictly talk about bowls. We're not going to go into depth about, like capacity and grams and everything. We're going to talk overall so everybody can kind of get an idea of our opinion and our advice, I will call that. So, how many different bowl companies are in the market right now? A lot.
Yeah.
The evolution of bowls has been crazy especially the last couple of years, ever since Russia, Germany joined the game. They have, even the US, they have revolutionized the bowl game with all different designs, sizes, and what else, and everything. Some of our picks are on this table. There's a couple of them that are on the hookahs that we're smoking today. We'll try to give you guys overall, an overview of everything, and we're gonna kind of play a process of elimination.
Okay.
So, Peter and Peter.
Yes.
How many bowls have you tried ever since you started smoking hookah? Approximately.
I'm gonna say about 8.
8 bowls. Peter?
I'd say about 10.
10 bowls. I would say a little more than that. We have tried a lot of them. There's a lot of them we like. There's a lot of them that I will pull out on a special occasion. Maybe when I have more time or more tobacco to spare. Or when I want to experiment. What's the first thing when you wake up in the morning? When you're about to smoke, okay? You look at your bowls. What's the first thing you think that will make you pick the bowl that you're gonna use?
How long am I gonna smoke for?
How long are you gonna smoke for?
Which ones are still clean that I haven't used the day before?
Okay. What about like tobacco? Like if you have something that's a very limited, haze or chata, for example.
Yeah, I mean it's for
Would
me.
you pull out a rook or a retro harmony bowl?
I'd pull out a rook.
A rook is big. A mini.
Mini rook. I mean.
You'll pull out a mini rook, right?
For me, it's like it has to do a lot with what flavor am I trying to smoke today. Am I trying to smoke some trifectas and some haze, or am I gonna pop a chaos in there? Based on that, I go through 3 different bowls and like, okay, cool. If I'm smoking trifecta, I'm going for mini rook with a provost. If I'm smoking chaos, I'm gonna throw my olive bowl in there with the lotus.
Okay.
I agree. The tobacco, dark leaf, blonde leaf, flavor, heat management, which is probably the most important thing. What heat management are you using? Like there's certain bowls that you can use with a certain heat management. For example, the Ola Giano bowl. Beautiful bowl sent to us by Ola. This, compared to every other bowl, I call it a different experience. Like the way you smoke, it's the way it's built. It has the very thick walls. There's a little air vent that goes around the spire in the middle, which kind of makes a different smoke session. Like it changes the draw of the hookah.
Yeah.
For me.
It does. Yeah.
It's crazy. So this is one. That one will strictly be used with the Lotus or a Nagrani. You can put a Provost on here. I mean, I haven't tried it. Have you tried a Provost on it?
No.
Yeah, you can put a
I
Provost
wouldn't even
on
have
it.
enough foil to really cover the base.
Yeah, that's another thing. You guys definitely know this. Samsaris can only be used with a Lotus. You can fit a Nagrani on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the first funnel bowls that I've tried. Definitely, along with the Hookah Jan Retro Harmony. It used to be Harmony when I tried it, and then we got this. Then Russians came in, Ola came in. Then we discovered Mason Shishaware. It's made in the USA. Another game changer, very rare bowls to come by and buy. We found Alpaca, Oblaco came by, and all the different types that we have here. We're gonna try to sort the bowls out by heat management, and then we'll take it from there. If something is for both, then we'll put them in the middle. So it will be Lotus Nagrani, Provost, both. Alright, so we have everything sorted out. Lotus Nagrani, both, and Provost, or I guess foil and coil on top. We don't really use that, but we have to say it. Before we start putting each other and comparing, we're gonna pick the best bowls out of each category and then put them head to head at the end, okay? And we'll vote. So, just to make it quicker, we pick 2 bowls from each category and put them head to head at the end.
Okay.
Peter, number 1.
Okay.
You're number 1.
Okay.
Pick 2 bowls from the Pro Bowl section. Actually, you want to do 2 or 3?
No, you should have them pick one of each. And I'll. And
Actually, you pick one of each, you pick one of each, I pick one of
Yeah,
each.
so
If it's the
that's
same,
clear.
then okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So each one will
I'm
pick
pretty
one
sure
of
it's
each
gonna be the
category, and then we have 3 choices each.
Mhm.
Some of them
Okay.
will be the same, and then we'll put them head to head. So, Peter, since you're the guest,
Sure.
pick 1, 1, and 1.
So I'm gonna go with Mini Rook, Oblako,
Which one?
the yellow one, Oblako Mono yellow,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go with the Ala one, the Bangladesh flag. Gotta represent.
All right, Peter, number 2.
I think we're gonna go with the Joker.
Gravel.
Yep.
Okay.
This is a hard one over here. We're going with the Hookah
Retro Harmony. Okay.
and then you want the
Which one did you pick here?
Mini Rook.
Okay, get the gravel.
I'll have to pick the Ola Ball.
The Olagiano.
Yep.
All right, my turn, right? The bowl that I like the most with the Lotus, it's in this category. So from here, I'm gonna pick the Giano as well. I wouldn't pick any of these because they're okay, but you know, I wouldn't rate them on top. This category, it's very hard for me to pick one because there's a couple of them that are very key bowls, like they're very like good performers that people are sleeping on.
I agree with
The
that.
Apache is great. My little secret bowl that I use a lot and it has great performance is the Overdose G2 bowl. So I'm gonna put this from this category. The Lotus would pick this, and then from that, just to throw in another one to talk about, I'm gonna do the Ola bowl.
Nice.
Dog. So
But is that your top?
my top is here already. So I'm gonna do another one
Okay.
to have the other side.
Oh, you gotta let them know the top because we all picked our top.
That comes at the end. So here are our choices. We're gonna clean the table. I'm gonna put the rest on the side. All right. So these are the 8 bowls that are the final contenders. As we say, you know, it's very hard. It doesn't mean that the rest of the bowls are not good, but it just, you know, just to pick the one that you like the most. The reason, it can be anything. It can be the looks. It can be the performance, the capacity. You don't like to put a lot of tobacco. You don't believe in putting a little tobacco. You want a lot of it. You know. So it can be any reason. You purely get to choose. Okay. Peter, out of all these, pick one bowl and say why you picked that bowl and what makes it stand out. What's better about it compared to the other bowls?
Sure.
You can be like, oh, I use the Provost every day, so if I had to pick one bowl, I would pick the Ola bowl.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. Peter, number 1.
Yes.
If you had to pick one bowl, why did you pick it? What makes it stand out compared to the other ones?
All right. I'm gonna have to go with the G2 bowl. I feel like because that's one of my. I have one of them as well. That's one of my daily uses. Now, reasoning behind that, I mostly smoke with Lotuses. So with me is that, you know, I get out there. I want a nice, quick 45 minutes to an hour session. I'll grab my G2, pack it in, throw a Lotus on it, 2 coals, and I'm good to go.
So purely convenience,
Convenience,
capacity,
capacity, and I would say definitely price point. I think these bowls run
20
about
bucks.
yeah, 20, 25 bucks. Depends where you buy them from, and yeah, perform really well. I think it's made out of dark clay as well, so yeah, it has.
This is the white clay actually, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Peter,
We're gonna have to pick the gravel bowl because Das over here got me on the Provost, and I think it works very well with the Provost. It also doesn't fit too much tobacco, but doesn't fit too little, and it's perfect for the sessions that I have.
performance, capacity, compatibility with Provost.
Yep.
The 3 reasons? Okay. Well, you guys picked the 2 of my favorite bowls that I use a lot. So it's kind of hard to pick another one. Everything is great. Like all of them here are great. I'm gonna go one by one so we can talk about it. The Oblako, I feel like it's the top 2 best bowls to use with the Lotus or Nagrani. It's a very classic bowl. Most of you guys have tried it.
Yeah.
Ola bowl, Ola is Ola, man. It's like, it's a different experience. It's not just looks, not just handmade, not just Italy, expensive, exclusive, you know. It's a great bowl. It's a different experience. The performance is great. those two are not my choices. Then we're gonna go to the Hookahgram Retro Harmony. Hookahgram Harmony Bowl, which was like 5-6 years ago, was my first clay funnel bowl, along with the Samzaris. I smoked on this with everything. I smoked with alfalfa when I was still smoking alfalfa. Put holes on it. That thing is bulletproof. It's great. The performance is amazing. Hookahgram is known in the US. Definitely there. And then again, we talk about Ola. The same thing that applies to the flag bowl applies to the Giano bowl. Very exclusive. It has a very interesting draw. The performance is pretty good. Then we're gonna come down to these two right here. It's the Ola Black Leaf, they call it, the blue color that Ola sent us, and yours truly, the Mini Rook. I haven't smoked this long enough. It has grown on me a lot. Like, I've been loving this bowl with Dark Leaf. The capacity is great. I would compare this to the Mini Rook. It's just that it's way better looking. I like the fact that the design, you know, it's handmade. It's amazing. The paint, you know, they did a great job. The only reason I'll pick the Mini Rook is because I haven't tried this long enough to actually put it above the Mini Rook or with the Mini Rook. So out of all these, I'll put the Mini Rook here. Okay, then again, as I said, all the bowls here are great. Every bowl has its own feature, whether it's looks, performance, but these are the three finalists, I would say, that it will come down to. All right, Peter, you picked the gravel. You picked the overdose, which was my pick. I was gonna like surprise the video, but you surprised them. Each one has their pick. Now we're gonna make it more interesting. You're gonna talk about the other two people's choices and why your bowl is better than the other two people's choices. Okay?
Sounds like a fucking test.
So you're in deep shit.
I am in deep shit.
Because you can only talk about performance. I'm gonna burn you because I'm gonna be like, all right, but you can find a mineral, you can find a gravel. Availability.
I have one though.
You have more than one, right?
Exactly. So.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like we pretty much have to make our pick be valid and prove that the other two picks are not good.
Okay.
That's it. Do you want me to start or you want to start?
Go ahead.
All right. Why did I pick the Mini Rook and not the gravel and not the Overdose G2? Everyone has a Mini Rook, okay? Everybody knows the Mini Rook. Everybody has tried the Mini Rook. The only complaint from people that I talk to and message us and we hang out with that they didn't choose the Mini Rook is purely because it's capacity. There's people that have the belief, which is everybody's entitled to their own opinion. They think that capacity, it takes very little smoke, your session is not going to last. I don't believe that.
Me neither. We've smoked that for a good hour and a half, 2 hours before.
You can easily you can easily pack half the amount of tobacco on the G compared to the G2 and have the same lengthy session.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
So, I picked the Mini Rook for 3 reasons. First one, so I can take this out of the equation, is availability and price. We put that in one. You can find the Mini Rook anywhere. It's very easy to find. It has a great performance. It's a good looking bowl. You know, the glaze is great.
Yeah.
Okay, small capacity. If you don't want to spend a lot of tobacco, you can still get the same session, you know, full flavor. It does limit you to a Provost only. You can put a Lotus on here, which is okay because I personally smoke the Provost more than the Lotus or Negroni. So this is why I choose the Mini Rook as an everyday bowl that I can be happy with and smoke for the rest of my life if I had to pick one.
Okay.
Peter.
Well, I picked the gravel bowl. It doesn't fit as much tobacco as the others. I do get a great session.
If it's more than the Mini Rook.
It does, but it fit less than this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I love the design of it. I love the way it heats up. Like Dasso said, you know, the Mini Rook is available very easily. The gravel isn't. I want to collect a lot of things, and that's one thing I enjoy.
It's something that you get and you appreciate, and
yeah,
you're able to get it if you really try.
Yeah, and to be honest, you know, we do have a few of them. It's probably the only one we use.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it every single time I use it. It's probably the one thing I look forward to every single time I use it.
What about convenience? Is it easy to pack? Easy to put on a hookah? You don't think that the bottom part that's always smaller than the other bowls is way too small? You have to put napkin. It doesn't always fit the grommet. This is my job right now. I have to prove you
I know, and
your
you're
mind.
doing a good job at it. But at the end of the day,
like you're saying that you're willing to sacrifice.
You enjoy your smoke session, don't you?
Of course. No, I love the gravel.
No, that's not my point. Though.
I'm gonna make something clear.
My point is though, do you really care if you spend an extra 30 seconds to put a damn napkin on it? I don't. Most people that love smoking hookah don't care how long it sets up, as long as it smokes a very.
So
good
you're
session.
sacrificing convenience for that.
100%.
Like at the end of the day, you have 3 bowls right here. If I told you, we have these 3 bowls.
Yeah.
If I tell you take 1 bowl home tonight, I give it to you. Which one would you pick?
Oh, I mean, if you give me one to take home, I'm taking the gravel home.
Exactly. So that's Peter's point, and I like his point
because at the end of the day, regardless the bowl, regardless the hookah, regardless whatever, it's gonna take you 5 to 10 minutes to set up your hookah. So if it takes you even 15 minutes to set up, you're gonna enjoy the next hour and a half to 2 hour session, regardless if you spend 15 minutes. The whole point of hookah is to relax. So why not do it right and enjoy your session?
Okay, so you as
That's
I
how
said, you're sacrificing convenience because you're willing to put the time. Okay,
100%.
I like that. I like that. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, so my number 1 point between these 3 bowls, I know you mentioned availability, right? You said mini rook and gravel there. I have to give a counterpoint on that because I personally have not found mini rook in any online sites right now. 5-star has it sold out. A lot of sites have the mini rook completely sold out. Now, when it comes to the gravel, it's another point you mentioned before. The bottom part, it's a handmade bowl, right? So a lot of the times, my issue is when I got my Joker bowl, I had the grommet problem. None of my grommets would fit on it. And literally, I had to go through 3 different smoke shops to find the thinnest possible grommet, and it finally fit. Now, when it comes to the G2 bowl, the reason I chose that, 3 reasons. It fits both Lotus and Provost out of all the bowls here, right there. You know, I'm a Lotus smoker, so maybe I'm a little bit more beginner level. I smoke a lot of blonde leaves. You know,
no such thing as beginner level. I mean, I know people that smoke more years than all of us combined, and they still use Lotus. It's personal preference. You know?
Yeah, I smoke a lot of Chaos. I smoke a lot of Element Air, and you know, those are, in my opinion, at least both of those smoke best with a Lotus. And the reason why I use the G2 bowl is, you know, it's simplicity really, because you know, I come outside, I see the bowl, okay, cool. It takes a little bit more tobacco, obviously, you know, and I just throw some tobacco in there, throw a Lotus in there, smoke for 45 minutes to an hour and a half. That's my time. I don't smoke for 2 hours, anything longer than that. So my opinion, G2, it works with the Provost. You see the nice little ridges on it, fits the foil perfectly on it. You can smoke that with Provost. The Lotus fits nice and snug on it as well. Does not have any grommet issues, and I feel heat resistance wise, it will last just as good as the other 2, even if you're smoking dark leaf on it. Now, the reason why I'm not a big fan of, I wouldn't say I'm not a big fan of the gravel. I love the gravel, but the price point on it. It's an expensive bowl. It's a collector's edition, and it's not something I would use daily. Obviously, like I would bust out the gravel on special occasions just to put it on the hookah. And my personal experience, my Joker with the grommet issue, I had it one time where I had it there, it fell right onto my carpet, and I have 2 coal holes in my room because the grommet just didn't fit snug enough. Mini Rook, on the other hand, amazing bowl, no issues with it at all, but it can only fit Provost. For me, not a great hole poker. Sometimes the foil's not tight, air leaks out, and then your smoke session kind of gets a little messy. And so in my opinion, G2 worked good. Throw a Lotus on it, throw 2 coals on it, great draw, no issues with that at all.
Okay, very good. Everybody has a good point. As we said, all 3 of them. Like, I'm not gonna lie, out of these 3 bowls, my most used bowl ever since I got it is the Overdose, the G2 bowl. I use it every single day, always, at least for one of my sessions. I usually do 2 sessions a day. The gravel, as we said,
2 sessions a day. You smoke like 4 times a day.
Don't lie to the people.
So at the end of the day, if you had the choice to pick one where you don't have to pay or anything, you would pick the Ferrari. But we're talking about real people that pay money. They pay money out of their pockets. So that's why we have 3 bowls and not just the gravel.
No, I agree.
Okay. Performers, I'm not gonna lie. The Mini Rook, I think all 3 of them perform well. Maybe the Mini Rook and the gravel are a little superior to the G2, but then again, the G2 will do its job.
Oh, for sure.
That's all, and that applies to every bowl here. Like, I want to talk about the Tortuga bowl. It's a $20 bowl, Russian bowl. It's great. I never had any complaints. There are some bowls that have some downsides, like the Oblaco. I'm giving you my opinion once again. People smoking with the Provost. I never like smoking an Oblaco with the Provost on it. I feel like the Oblaco needs a Lotus on it.
Same. Okay. Agreed on that.
Yeah. Then again, the Ola Black Leaf, they call it bowl. Okay. You can put blonde leaf on it, but you're not gonna enjoy it as much as dark leaf. That's it. That every bowl is made differently, Is there anything else we have to talk about?
Not necessarily. The only counterpoint I'd make to any of these bowls is that, in my personal preference, I smoke the gravel many times with the Lotus.
Okay.
I smoke gravel with Lotus and Negroni. And I know some people out there in the community do throw a Lotus on there, throw 3 coals on there. It's heat resistant, you throw 3 coals on there, and you know what? In my opinion, it smokes just as great as a provost.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I personally, it's personal preference.
Definitely.
Now, personal preferences, I use the provost because I don't want to mess it up.
You don't want to mess it up. That's another opinion. Yeah, everything
like you
applies.
Said, it's a collector's item. You don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, the Lotus will leave like marks on the edges, like black marks on it. Like
it burns it slowly.
Yeah, my gravel is just stuck. Yeah. Like, it has a black line all across.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we pretty much covered any general ideas, opinions, comparisons. We weren't able to put every bowl head to head. Once again, every bowl is good that we have on the table. Otherwise, we wouldn't have it on the table.
Exactly.
It's just that we pick bowls based off different criteria that we look at. And these are the 3 finalists. Each one picked one. Anybody have any change of minds? Maybe you want to pick something else? Like Peter, you're sticking to the gravel?
All day.
Peter, you're sticking to the G2?
Sticking to the G2. Honestly, I feel like that's the closest competitor to a Goodfella. I know we don't have a Goodfella on the desk, but if in my opinion, Goodfella is the best bowl that's on the market you can buy, and G2 is basically like a younger twin brother that was born 2 seconds later.
Definitely, yeah.
What about you? Bring the change?
If I change, yeah, I told you, I like all 3 bowls. Like, if I had to pick one bowl right now, I would pick the gravel, obviously. But I'm looking at all different criteria, availability, price, that's why. But at the end of the day, if I'm about to finish doing the episode and I'm gonna smoke a bowl right now and I have this in front of me, I'll just pack the gravel. If I'm home and I want to do a quick session, blah, whatever, make it quick, I'll take the G2. Yeah. If I want to smoke some Tangiers or whatever, put the provost on it, be quick, I'll pick the meter. All 3 of them are amazing.
I agree.
And a lot of you guys didn't expect this to be on the table, but that was my choice. That's why I brought it here to have it in the episode. This bowl is slept.
Yeah, it has definitely.
I remember the first day we smoked it. We were like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. Hi guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at hookahgram.co. You can use our discount code Hookahgram15 on 5starhookah.com for all your hookah needs. We would like to thank Peter for coming in today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And we'll see you guys next time.